death upon me. Blood in my dog, that's all I see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be, and niggas still hating on me. Hey, this my 3rd week being free. Shit, I ain't seen my mama, been chasing this music like dollars. Really been putting in hours. I'm talking overtime, I got a sober mind. You remember me on the mileage? Running through the jets going Bobby with 100 round on a rocket. I had to get it out of Pyrex. They were killing in the project with no reason to dream. Imaginating about graduation, didn't make it. Got killed when he turned 16. Murder for murder, load up the burner, catch him and dirt him. And every nigga with us gon' retaliate. This ain't boys in the hood, I know getting out this whip. Little bitch, you gon' ride or you die today. Happy holiday, we got a body. Niggas be capping, just rapping, ain't murder nobody. Nah. Bitch better stretch you some. I got this weapon tuck. Run down and wet them up. Now ain't no letting up. We dropping pressure. Heavily farther, you know I'm a stepper. Before I be a target, look on, I gon' bless her. A tornado just dropping your section. She go to missing. My young nigga spinning. I sit and orchestrate all of these killings. They couldn't wait till I got out of prison. I got this feeling. Niggas tripping. And they really don't want me to make it. You can take this shit how you won't take it. This shit looking vacant. And I'm finna take it on blood. Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my dog, that's all I see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be. These niggas still hating on me anyway. I put they apple on a nigga for fucking with me. My back on the wall, now y'all gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me. So I send a nigga to the early grave. Hey, this a little letter to Dallas. My nigga, I got us. Niggas can't stop me. I'm the piece of the puzzle that was missing. I'ma win it and bring it back to the city. Hey, this shit that I'm talking, I live it. Now ain't no flaw with me, I really did it. When the feds came, wasn't no snitching. Ain't no nigga play with me when I was in the prison. My name Ho Big Weight. Bitch, better get your shit straight. Hey, wait, hold now. These rap niggas feel like street niggas and they think they cool cause they co-sign. By a bitch nigga turned rich nigga who was in the hood getting mowed down. I'm one of the realest that's in it. Fuck how they feeling, I'm standing on business. Hit them up and lift them up. Let the MLNs pick them up. Tell them the niggas they ain't big enough. Late night tripping, I been praying to this AK. Tryna blow a nigga candle out on this cake date. Mayday, SK, wet them up and leave them. Hop out and run a nigga down like a cheetah. My hitter on the heroin, he lying on a needle. Feel it itching to put a nigga body in the freezer. Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my dog, that's all I see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be. These niggas still hating on me anyway. I put they apple on a nigga for fucking with me. My back on the wall, now y'all gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me. Cause I send a nigga to an early grave.
Hey, somebody go tag one of them puss ass niggas. Somebody go tag X Trouble 2 times. X No Clout P-Tag. Somebody tag one of them bitch ass niggas.
Let me see that. I want to know a Garland, man.
Hey, y'all know what the fuck going on. Just like that. Hey. Hey, word around the town, I ain't that nigga to be fucked with. None of that go ahead and scratch with every nigga that I grew up with. My niggas swap my dogs, so they them niggas that I'm stuck with. Hey, that nutty mouth shit, I'm moving, we gon' all shit. In Afghanistan, don't turn me to a madman. Okay, gritty house where I got put on by the trash can. Let's go. Had to fall out with some niggas, started blasting. It's just a nut if you ain't covered to take your ass. Hey, we killing shit out here. Spill your shit out here. They told you trouble pussy, yeah, believe that shit you hear. Try to punch me with that fame shit and get shot in your ear. But I'm a G, you try to devo me and not make this show year. Triple D that's on the beat shit, I ain't think I see 20 here. Flex, I need a tick when it comes to beef, I got plenty here. And me and my nigga tripping, they think it's still for some old shit. But it's probably cause he out here trying to fuck on my old bitch. Niggas out here looking boofy, want my life, you niggas doofy. Bitch, my baby rockin' Gucci shit, my life is like a movie on the beat, nigga. And you can take the chain and the whip, you can't be a me, nigga. Shit, we delete niggas, better watch your tone whenever you speak, nigga. Ain't nothing sweet, nigga. Shit all my life, been raised by street niggas. Winos and bass heads, grew up scratching steak heads. Prozacs and well bruises, my granny made me take meds. Probably why I'm throwing now. Don't play with these hoes now. Afghanistan, don't turn me to a madman. Yeah, granny house where I got put on by the trash can. Okay, had a fallout with some niggas, started blasting. Bitch, it's a nut if you ain't cut, better take your ass. Hey, we killing shit out here. Stand up, turn me to a madman. Okay, granny house where I got put on by the trash can. Let's go. Had a fallout with some niggas, started blasting. Bitch, it's a nut if you ain't cut, better take your ass. Hey, we killing shit out here. Spill your shit out here. So everybody ain't your friends, some of the realest shit you will hear. Yes, everybody ain't your partner, ain't no honor amongst these robbers. Niggas smoke you like a shot and scramble your motherfucking pasta on this pavement. Nigga ain't never gave me shit, but wanna speak on how they made a nigga. Better time that nigga, cause if he flips, bitch, I'ma blaze that nigga. We untank gorillas, I'm in the now, bitch, somewhere I forget you. Thuggin' with my killers in the trap house trying to stack my script. Caught the blow a pistol, you can buck it. I am not that nigga, don't talk this bitch for nothing. A nigga try me, I'ma leave a butt. Eating like I'm glutton for all the times that I was starving, hustling. Before I go back to struggling, I was stripping nigga naked. I'm game to stand up, turn me to a madman. Okay, granny house where I got put on by the trash can. Let's go. Had a fallout with some niggas, started blasting. Bitch, it's a nut if you ain't cut, better take your ass. Hey, we killing shit out here. Stand up, turn me to a madman. Okay, granny house where I got put on by the trash can. Let's go. Had a fallout with some niggas, started blasting. Bitch, it's a nut if you ain't cut, better take your ass. Hey, we killing shit out here.
No, man. RP my motherfucking brother, man. RP my motherfucking brother, man. Trouble 2 times, nigga. Out that north side of Dallas, man. Yeah, man. Out that north side of Dallas, nigga. RP to my motherfucking brother, man. Yeah, bro, I missed that nigga, bro. That was my dog. Shout out to Trouble 2 times, nigga. RP Trouble 2 times, nigga. Long live 2 times, nigga. Long live 3, nigga. Long live them North niggas. Yeah. This shit deeper than rap with me. This shit deeper than some YouTube with me. You know, I really be on the pavement with niggas and fucking with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that north side of Dallas. We gonna get into it today. We gotta talk about it. Why the fuck is people saying that Trump is being treated like a nigga? We gotta talk about it. How many people did he really get off this thing? Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it. Who slimed out Mo3? Was it the sisters? Could the sisters have did more than what they did? You know what I'm saying? Could the sisters have did more? Let's talk about it. Yeah, and y'all know what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell. Every time we spin a block, y'all gonna spin it with us. I'm just saying, though, it's Gangland. We gotta talk about it though, people. What they doing? What they doing? Some motherfuckers say, "Hey man, they treating Trump like a nigga or something." How is that? Let's talk about it. How is that? How you really getting treated like a nigga though, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it, because to say Trump is being treated like a nigga, that's an overstatement. That's an overstatement. You know what I'm saying? That's an overstatement, but let's get into it though, man. Y'all know what it is. It's Gangland.
I'ma keep it lit for all my dogs. I just let it win for the times I lost. I'm gonna do a check like ooh, I'ma keep it lit for all my dogs. I just let it win for the times I lost. I'm coming through a check like ooh, coming through that check like ooh.
If you reach, I'ma teach. Toe tag a young bragger. I ain't never been the least. The pot calling the killer black. How the fuck you gon' preach? 5, 5, 6s out this chopper gon' breach. Some niggas like to ride to get they pay right. We got them band, boy, what your cake like? Louis V's on my feet, you on that bummy shit. Blew that nigga down here in his lights on some funny shit. 1942, would I be guzzling? Black tips in this chopper, flip a color. Can't fuck with me, nigga, he ain't bored enough. R.I.P. Nip, he ain't hard enough. Smack it.
I'ma keep it lit for all my dogs. I deserve to win for all the times I lost. I'm coming through a check like ooh, ooh, coming through a check like ooh. I'ma keep it lit for all my dogs. I deserve to win for all the times I lost. I'm coming through a check like ooh, coming through that check like ooh.
I made a blunder when I stayed and never hit that soil. Some people just like family, motherfuckers loyal. It's sporting the colors of homies wearing the spirit like wildfire. I was watching BMF look like my younger grinding. I seen every gun when I hit Vegas. A nigga love this place. I ain't just made a way, a nigga share this game. Ben Franklin, CA lace me to everything I became. The coldest word alive to this very fucking day. You can pay some pimping, but you cannot marry the game. You can't bring no game banging to the system thing. I ain't explaining to no toes, I'm living it up because they all crafty. Only happy when she cash out.
I'ma keep it lit for all my dogs. I deserve to win for all the times I lost. I'm coming through a check like ooh, ooh, coming through a check like ooh. I'ma keep it lit for all my dogs. I deserve to win for all the times I lost. I'm coming through a check like ooh, coming through that check like ooh, coming through that check like ooh, coming through that check like ooh.
This Gangland TV, man. Gangland at the dark, man.
Yeah. Gangland.
Yeah, man. We got to get straight to it, man. This Gangland at the dark, and we going to talk about it, bro. Y'all better stop playing with Gangland, man. Hey, when we come on here, man, we pop it, man. We talk about it.
Gangland, 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 gangland. 40 crop him out, chopper crop.
This Gangland TV, man. Gangland at the dark, man.
Yeah. Gangland.
Yeah, man. We got to get straight to it, man. This Gangland at the dark, and we going to talk about it, bro. Y'all better stop playing with Gangland, man. Hey, when we come on here, man, we pop it, man. We talk about it.
Gangland, 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 gangland. 40 crop him out, chopper crop him in. DM and pics of hella guns, but they won't drop a pin. Yeah, we gon' box him in. Wiggle through this section, we gon' box you in. From me, fine in Vegas, nigga, I be in the hood. Lower bottom, nigga, ain't no nigga running from life and hood. My click ain't hold up the Drake. Bet the starter can. Drum on everything up your block, like a marching band.
Man, hey, y'all tap in, man. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel.
Shout out to everybody, you understand me, that pulled up yesterday to the Gangland.
First and foremost, I want y'all to see this real quick. Like, this shit is disturbing. This is disturbing. Let's take a look, Gangland. This is disturbing. I ain't gonna lie, this shit is disturbing. This shit is disturbing. It says, resurface clip of Diddy telling kids to put a toy helicopter down his pants. Oh my Jesus.
I always ask myself, what would P. Diddy do? What would P. Diddy do? No, I don't know. Hey, let's ask him. Oh, okay. P. Diddy?
What's up?
We can't wake up Shane.
You try symbols?
Yep.
What about sour milk?
Didn't work.
Tell you what, take this toy helicopter, put it down his pants.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do.
Paper shredder. That sucks. Fleas and ticks suck.
I always ask myself, what would P. Diddy do? What would P. Diddy do? No, I don't know. Hey, let's ask him. Oh, okay. P. Diddy?
What's up?
We can't wake up Shane.
You try symbols?
Yep.
What about sour milk?
Didn't work.
Tell you what. Take this toy helicopter. Put it down his pants.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do.
What's going on? Like, how could this man tell a kid to put a helicopter in their trousers?
Hey, what's going on, brother Matt?
What's going on? This nigga said he want to put a helicopter, a toy helicopter down a kid's pants. Why would you advise another young kid to undress another young kid and put something down their pants without their permission?
That video was disturbing. To me, it was.
That is disturbing. Like,
it is.
And
but
you see what show it was, right?
Yeah.
It was on All That. All That is on Nickelodeon. So Nickelodeon was allowing predator behavior.
Nickelodeon was a predatorial network anyway. So there it is right there.
So it kind of makes sense to why they would let P. Diddy tell some kids to put a helicopter down another kid's pants. Like, what is it? What's the helicopter supposed to do? Tickle his nuts or something? Like, I'm confused.
I guess it was just, to me, it just looked like the concept of that whole scene. Now, I think when I was young, I remember seeing that clip. Oh my God, that's crazy. But now that we know what's going on the back end, it seems weird. But the concept that I got, not only was the part of the, him putting the toy down his pants was disturbing to me. The fact that they had I hate to say stuff like this because I'm not racist and biased and nothing like that. But it was a white guy who told a black kid to go ask a black adult, and the black adult gave that black child instructions on how to disrespect another child. That right there was too much for me. That's what I saw. That's what I got. That's what I got out of it. It's more to that to me, and that didn't look right. That was just that. That was no. It not only was it disturbing, it was disrespectful to the black community. I just don't like it.
Like, say for instance, we ain't on Nickelodeon. We around our own kids, and this nigga tell one of your kids, well, shit, if he ain't waking up, go put a helicopter down his pants.
First of all, when my kid come tell me some shit like that, it's going to be a fight, right? The parents going to have it out. But not to cut you off, but I just had to say that because I'm going to hurt somebody. But go ahead. I apologize for cutting you up, Brother Matt.
Nah, them people, so you whooping a nigga ass off the dribble.
Of course. For me, because what black adult would tell a child to go stuff his hands in somebody's pants? It's not even a helicopter for me. It was just the fact that he telling his child or someone else's child to go put their hands in somebody else's in my child's pants.
Yeah, like
a boy.
Like,
right.
These ain't even your kids. And you said you gonna tell another young man, oh yeah, just Did you try sour milk? Did you try this? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? And where the fuck would you get that toy from? Like, you just pulled a toy helicopter, and then it wasn't even a little. It's not even a little helicopter. That's a big ass helicopter to be going in somebody's pants. That is
just pulled it. Yep, just pulled it right out of his hat. Pulled it right out of his hat, oh clown.
How many bodies you think Diddy got?
Man, I have no idea. I have no idea, but I know I was assumed it to be a lot. I would assume it to be a lot. Because there was stuff going on, rumors about Diddy up north, way before any of this stuff even came about, like came to light about and things like that. So I believe it's a lot. I believe it's a lot.
Man, look, this nigga Diddy, he done did a lot of shit. Me personally, I think that he, if not him himself, had somebody do something to Kim Porter. That's what I believe. He had somebody do something to Kim Porter, and they I don't know. It's like we was bringing up Prince, we was bringing up Whitney Houston, we bringing up Eazy-E, we bringing up Pimp C, we bringing up even Whitney Houston's daughter. All these people, all these individuals who are not even who are in good shape, if not the best of shape, and still are dying on like from pneumonia and all this shit. I think Kim Porter was allegedly that she died from pneumonia, but like, do you think that's how they killing people now? Like, that's how they killing?
I don't know. See, the thing is, I just think that this type of if you know, if this is something that's come to be, this is something that's been going on. This ain't something that just started. It's just blowing up because Diddy was messy as fuck. So all of these type of questions are, you know, coming into play. And I think that's why a lot of people just scatter like roaches when all the heat came on him, because it's so much that was, you know, that one little incident blew up so much shit. But I don't think that's, you know, what they're doing now. I think that's what they've been doing. And the people that survive from it, they make them crazy. They get them institutionalized. They make them drug addicts. They, you know, they do things, make them to go into hiding because they're afraid for their life. This stuff been going on. I think it's just coming about.
Look at this.
That's the horrible.
Let's look and see what this nigga do.
Hey, what's up, Diddy? How you doing? Hey, is it true that Cassie's pregnant? Are you looking good, Diddy? Man, you getting buff, man. How was Pilates?
Just jumping out on a motherfucker like that, please, man. It's just like a mutual respect.
Okay,
I'm always cool with y'all.
Okay, that's cool, man. All right, hey, well, that's cool, man. Yeah, just everybody wanted to know about Cassie. They were happy for her about the pregnancy. So, all right, man. Well, good seeing you, Diddy, bro. Take care. Hey, what's up, Diddy? How you doing? Hey, is it true that Cassie's pregnant? Are you looking good, Diddy? Man, you getting buff, man. How was Pilates?
Just jumping out on a motherfucker like that, please, man. It's just like a mutual respect.
Okay,
I'm always cool with y'all.
Okay, that's cool, man. All right, hey, well, that's cool, man. Yeah, just everybody wanted to know about Cassie. They were happy for her about the pregnancy. So, all right, man. Well, good seeing you, Diddy, bro. Take care.
That nigga was hella mad, like, bruh. As soon as he heard them cameras flickering, that nigga said, "Fuck, nigga."
He was insulted by that comment, though. He was insulted by that. Oh, you looking good? Like you look like you getting buff. Oh, he said like you getting buff. Where? It looked like been looking the same way for forever. He knew he was lying. He knew he was lying.
He knew he was lying. He like, nigga, you know damn well.
He said, "I respect you." He didn't have no comeback, no nothing. He couldn't say shit. He said, "We respect you. I always respect you. Please don't do that." Caught him with his shirt off.
What it is, this nigga, mad. That mother, like, bruh, you know you going to jail. Reason being, you know you going to jail is because all these people that you have did shit to, bruh, they are going in front of a grand jury, a federal grand jury, and nigga, you next to go to jail, nigga. You next. You next. Yeah.
So you know what? This is what I wanted to ask because I'm not too familiar with the justice system. So how is these people going before a grand jury? Because I've been seeing a lot of that. Like a lot of people going to be indicted to come and, you know, for the grand jury and things like that. But if he was never charged with nothing, what are they going to the grand jury about?
You got to think, if you paying off, we got that we got to go back into the documents too. What Cassie was doing, we got all them documents. But to pay out to pay out like that is an admission of guilt. Now you got people like Lil Ride, the nigga who was letting. It's not just P Diddy. It was P Diddy and what the fuck is that nigga name? He played radio. Cuban Gooding Jr.
Yo, yeah.
So now you got Puff Daddy, you got Cuba Gooding Jr., you got Usher, you got Meek Mill. We gonna call him Fleet Mill. You can see on Fleet. We gotta call him Fleet Mill. You know what I'm saying? Fleeky, Fleet Mill. These motherfuckers did some shit. Now it's a thing called consent, and they just pressing themselves upon niggas and rubbing niggas and putting their arm around niggas and doing all this other shit that's like, bro, this for one, this is not consensual, bro. Like, this is not consensual. This is you're pressing yourself upon me. You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga say, I don't know, he just went he went past my buttons, he went past my zipper, his hands was in my pants, and he was fondling a nigga ass. Like, bro, how did nigga, did you have shorts on? And he
wait a minute, wait. So he went past the go and to the back entrance, like straight from the front to the back. And
that's what I'm thinking.
Like, I don't get it. Like it got that far. First of all, how did it get past the zipper? No, how did it get past the button? Well, I'm pretty sure he had a belt on. How did it get past the belt?
If you straight, right, and a nigga put his hands in your pants, right, and you straight, and you just so happen to wake up, because you know we fall asleep in the studio a lot. You know what I'm saying? We fall asleep in the studio a lot, to where every studio I go to got a shower, bed, little, you know what I mean, little kitchen, things of that nature. And niggas be in there late night, early mornings. Niggas be sleepy. Now, you wake up and you see this nigga next to you with his hands in your pants. Unbeknownst to you, you was asleep. It wasn't even like, now I can see if a nigga knocked out sleep and a nigga really in a deep one to where a nigga just, and then you woke up and he was right there. But to say he fondled your anal area.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. I'm real confused.
How did he let Cuban Gooding Jr. get that far? Like, if you straight and this you don't get down like this, how did you let this man get in your pants? Like, what did you do when you woke up and seen that? Like, you got to think. It's a picture of him and Cuban Gooding Jr. Cuban Gooding got his hands over his arms over
Yeah,
his
I
shoulder. Like,
remember that. But okay, what I'm confused about is that one, that one statement that you say he's, basically is upset about that he had his hands in his pants and was groping his anal or groping his ass or whatever you want to call it. Then he wake up, but he woke up and his hands was down his pants already. So he
that's what I'm
didn't.
saying. Like, you didn't feel that, bruh? You didn't feel a nigga digging in your, you know what I mean? You didn't feel
Was
that?
he heavily sedated? Was he high? Did something happen in that night? If they woke up, obviously they had to be in the bed together. He woke up and his hands was down his pants.
He's a producer. He's a producer. Nigga ain't no falling asleep, nigga. You producing this shit, you mixing this shit, you getting the sound right. You don't fall asleep. The artist can fall asleep, but while he sleep, nigga, you need to be mixing, doing hella other shit to his music. So for him to be a producer and falling asleep, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it because in studios, we could be up all night. That producer is going to be up. Why? Because he's
Because
getting
he's
paid.
producing the music. Yeah, so it's
Getting paid.
But how, yeah,
He's getting paid. Your job is to be up, woke, producing, pressing buttons, turning knobs till you leave.
Well, he probably was engaging and limit, trying to limit his engagements because he wanted to get paid. Because a lot of people talk about how Diddy don't pay them or how he underpay them or how he make them do crazy shit just to get paid because they got something on top of him. They got something on him that will make him work for free or do wild shit or weird shit or things out of his nature just to get his money. So that could have been the case as well.
Man,
But now that Cassie brought her shit out, and now that it's a go. It's a go now. Everybody can go for it now. So now he's telling his side. I believe he should have just came out, before all of this stuff came out. He probably did. We don't know that, or maybe it's out there. But if he came out after Cassie did what she did, and like now it's an open door, who is to believe you if you held all of that in all of this time and not said nothing to nobody about it?
Exactly. I don't even like go with like what Lil Rod on do to the fact that it took for Cassie to because Cassie really got the bad end of the stick. Like, she was groomed, she was beaten, she was tortured, she was sex slaved, she was forced to use narcotics, drugs, etc. Um, she was forced to do things that go against certain people's morals and principles.
Right.
So to sit there and endure those things is like, man, like, you got to clap your hand up, and because she's the victor when she was the victim. You got to clap your hands because she went from the victim to the victor. And most of the time, people don't never go from the victim to the victor because they're afraid to address their accuser. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid to address those people. So sometimes these people get away with things, such as music execs, people in the entertainment business, people of higher stature, etc. So when individuals like that take advantage of you know what I'm saying, of people, because hey, everybody want to be a movie star. everybody want to be this top entertainer, this rapper, this singer, this actor, this YouTube star, anything like. But I shouldn't have to go against my morals. I shouldn't have to do homosexual things in order for me to either quote unquote be on or to be rich. Like it's like you hear all right, Bill Cosby, and a few others. They was like straight men. They wasn't forcing. But some of these people like Diddy, they are homosexual, and it's like they're forcing people to do things and then hold it over their head. Like, hey, nigga, you remember, boy, you let me hit that pussy. You know what I'm saying? You remember, boy, you let me hit that boy pussy. So, nigga, if you say something, nigga, I'm gonna drop the video. I'm gonna drop this because you let me hit that boy pussy. It's crazy.
Yeah, so he a weirdo. That's bottom line. He a weirdo.
It was all like today as we speaking. Did you ever think that Diddy would be going down?
Never. I would never thought this day would come because he just got away with so much shit. He got away with so much shit, and he was cocky. He was just, to me, Diddy was just too cocky. Like he was really. I was watching on New York news, and they was talking about basically the mayor. He was so embarrassed. The mayor had to take that whole, he gave him the key to the city. Right after that, he hanging out the back seat of the car. I got the key to the city, motherfucker, and I'm wilding out. Now all of this stuff coming back. So now the mayor was on the news. He got to get his lick back. Oh, I don't know. You know what? We're gonna do everything possible to get this key back. I apologize. He apologizing to the whole city because it's like, but you giving him the key to the city and y'all got your hands together forming a heart. So I'm pretty sure the mayor knew what the fuck was going on. I'm sorry. That's what I think. That's what I believe. He knew a lot of stuff was going on and didn't do nothing about it himself. So he got to jump up there politically and make everything politically right.
Do you think Diddy got Wendy Williams fired?
I don't think I know that. We know that's known. Of course he did. I believe that.
You believe he got Wendy Williams fired for the allegations of being a homosexual?
I believe he got her fired because any type of information that she had that she was going to put out would have blew his spot the way Cassie shit blew his spot. Because Wendy Williams had the tea way before
she
Cassie.
Had a picture. Yeah. She had a picture of him getting his pants pulled down by another nigga.
Yeah, she had more than that.
Next thing you know, Wendy Williams. So it's like, did people ignore the fact he was a predator and a homosexual, or did people just didn't give a fuck? Like me. I mean, how I thought back then.
You can't even ask that question. Like that's a hard question for anybody to answer. That's a hard question. Because how can people give a fuck if they don't know?
Look, peep this though. He was doing shit in our face that we was maybe taking as because he ain't no hood nigga. So it's like his mannerisms and what he's saying and what he doing ain't really no hood nigga shit. So it's like, is this just like, oh, we was like, all right, he's just a black corny rapper. You know what I'm saying? That he said, take that. Unbeknownst to us, nigga, you really talking about some shit behind that. You know, changing the name to Puff Daddy. It was something behind that. Change your name
Change his
to
last
Love.
name to Love. For real, but Puff
behind that.
Puff wasn't really a street dude. Puff wasn't really a street dude. Puff was just one of them educated dudes that knew how to get over on people and use people to get what he wanted, and that's exactly what he's been doing. All he did was get better at it. The more, connections that he gained, the more advances that he got, the more the higher he went in the political aspect of it, the higher he went up in them ranks, the more ability he got to expand whatever the fuck his weird shit was doing. Diddy had people lives dangling in the air. He didn't give a fuck who he hurt, how many families he tore up. He didn't care how many lives was lost. He didn't. And if you got in his way, for what it seems, you got taken care of. Sometimes he don't even got to say nothing. He don't got to say, because everybody know what the fuck time it is. It's already gonna get handled. As soon as whoever hear about it, it's gonna get handled. He probably get that call like, oh, such and so. Don't worry about it. It's already handled. That's how powerful he was. And that's why everybody was scared to even come against him, period. Everybody. Back in the day, nobody won. Nobody won with Diddy back in the day.
What about Gene Deal? Like, what makes him be able to come out how he's came? You know what I'm saying? Jaguar Wright. What make these individuals come out and say the things they are saying today?
Gene Deal been saying it. Jaguar White been saying it. It's just being more exploited. It's just coming out there a little bit more now. But people ignore them. They been saying it. But one thing about them too is they are so official. They real. They gonna tell it all. I'm not afraid of you. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that. And they're gonna keep the timeline. They smart as fuck. That's just a smart thing to do. Because they just made their own timeline of everything they said. Anything happens to them, just watch their timeline. My story ain't going to be behind the scenes. I'm sitting here talking to my homegirl, my homeboy, my best friend, my mama, my sister, my brother. Something happened to me. Ain't nobody going to know. But if my family come forward, then the press is going to, denounce them and make them look crazy as fuck. They made their own timeline and they keeping it going. And they're going to keep talking. What if it's like nothing can't happen to them? They got their information is spread so widely on all these social media networks and shit. So who's gonna stop them? If it get banned from this YouTube, it's on Patreon. If it get banned from Patreon, it's on TikTok. If it get banned from they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Their stories are international. A lot of these people that was going through the shit with Diddy, their voices wasn't heard because they was on the back end. But these two been talking.
Yeah, like, cause like to me, like I said, I've been like as far as Diddy, we been talking now before R. Kelly went down. We was talking about it, and it's like me as an adult, I was woke to the situation as a kid growing up, listening to this shit. I didn't really take nothing of it from to take that and lick the lips and
bro, that right there, that take that shit got you, huh, bro? That shit got you.
Yeah,
that shit got you fucked up, right? You take that shit personal. I take that shit personal
because I seen the video of this nigga and Usher just standing there in the pink suit, and the nigga Diddy started circling me. He started circling me, looking him up and down, and then he said, "Man, he said you a fly motherfucker. Want to say, damn sexy motherfucker, you." But he ended up saying, "Damn, you a fly
he was,
motherfucker."
yeah. It was. Oh my Lord. Ooh.
That is the shit as a kid, we would have went past it because it's like for one, we're not even really around homosexuals to even pick up on their so it's like I didn't this was some weird zesty shit.
You know what? As a kid, I used to play
some
around
weird
the
zesty
fire
shit.
hydrant. Yeah. As a kid, I used to play around the fire hydrant. As a kid, I used to play jump rope, double dutch. I used to play the closest I got to any type of kissing was 7 Minutes in Heaven. We used to play this little game, okay? Hopscotch and shit like that. These children were sold by their parents.
Blow. Y'all didn't play Suck and Blow?
Play what?
Suck and Blow.
Suck and Blow. No, I never heard of that. What is that?
So you get like a cord, like a regular playing cord, and then you take the cord and you suck it in your mouth, and then the girl will have to blow, and she would suck it and she would have to hold the cord in her mouth, and then she would turn around, and then it would be a boy right there. She will blow, and the boy would have to suck the cord out of her mouth, and then it'll be a girl next to him, and then it's whoever
we ain't play that.
Like whoever dropped the card had to fuck some shit like that. It was just crazy. See, there was some games some white people played with me when I was in Washington visiting my sister.
Look who talked to. No, okay. Now I get it. I'm about to say I never heard of no shit like that. But 7 Minutes in Heaven, everybody used to sit in around in Indian style. You put the bottle in the middle and you spin the bottle. When you spin the bottle, the first boy is the first boy. Then whoever the girl that goes to, she spin the bottle, and then whoever girls it goes to, those two have to go into a closet for 7 minutes. So 7 Minutes in Heaven. Basically, you kissing the boy for 7 minutes. That was the closest thing that we got. But even 7 Minutes in Heaven, people didn't pull their pants down. It was just a kiss. These were kissing games. Like, it's like, ooh, do you let your mother find out? Let your mother find out getting your ass whooped. Huh?
Niggas wasn't kissing just like they wasn't kissing just like face to face. Like nigga got his dick all up on her and shit. Like, oh, and then they kissing and shit.
What?
They not just standing like apart and then they lean their face in. They not doing that. They like hugged up, pelvis to pelvis type shit and kissing.
Oh well, where in 7 Minutes in Heaven?
Yeah.
Oh well, see, whatever happened in that closet, whatever happens in that closet stays in that closet. Okay, the only people that know what happened in that closet is you and that person in the closet. And then when people come out the closet, that's when all the rumors start, because he can say, "Oh, I pumped her," or she could say, "No, he didn't." And anybody gonna believe the boy? But the boy could be scared as fuck. He don't want the kid because he never wanted to come in the closet in the first motherfucking place with this girl. So they sitting there talking about and they scheming on the plan to get out when they got the closet. Just say we kiss. Just say we kiss. Those are the games that we played. They were innocent games. Yeah. Not no. Okay, I met a music producer, and I gave him custody of my child for 48 hours. Basically, I sold my son to this man for 48 hours for fame. These kids went through shit like that. Their parents gave them permission over their children's, children's life. So the way they came up is something totally different. And hurt people. So who's to say that they might not turn out, or Cassie just stopped so much shit from happening because those people that Diddy had under his as recruits and shit probably think they can get off and come up like by doing the same shit he was doing. Because that's who they learned from. Man, that's too much.
But I think like people like Gene Deal, they like
Where you go, Brother Matt? Brother Mac service is nervous. Right now we have a little intermission till Brother Matt come back up.
All right, we back. We back. My shit was tweaking like a motherfucker. Like, I don't know how the fuck I got knocked all the way off this motherfucker, but I appreciate y'all for staying with us though through them little technical difficulties. That was crazy.
Yeah, I'm scared now. They're knocking
Nah,
everybody
it
off
seems like
that's
every time
talking
a nigga
about
get to talking about, yeah, when a nigga get to talking about some real shit, they get to tweaking on a nigga
knocked
shit.
off. We just got knocked off for real. I'm not. That's not
Look,
funny.
when niggas get to talking about real shit, I promise you, like, they get to tweaking on you, like, certain words trigger them to listen. If people didn't know, they listen through the phone, they listen through the computer, they listen through the TV, and certain words trigger things, and that's how they be damn near coming up on individuals trying to do shit to the president, secret intel like that, to where, because these people, bro, whether y'all know it or not, man, they be listening.
Yes.
They be listening. They be listening. So you will be a fool to sit here and be naive to the fact there's other shit going on. Like, I seen some shit in the air the other day. The sky is clear. You know how a plane would look as if it's going through the clouds on a cloudy day?
Yeah.
And you just see the plane through the cloud. Sometimes you don't even see it. It be over the clouds. You just see it. I mean, you just hear it. This shit was so high. It was so high in the sky. I'm like, why is this motherfucker like it's foggy? It is riding through the fog. So from far back, it looked like a star. But then when you zoom up, it's an actual craft. And then the motherfucker just was bright as fuck. And then all of a sudden dimmed out a few feet up.
Where you see that at?
I seen it in the sky last night.
Well, I don't know what's going on. You seen that in the sky last night. And where I'm at, and that's crazy because just morning, I was woke up because I kept hearing helicopters. Vroom, 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 vroom. Where I'm at, there's no, we don't need helicopters. There's no there's like the crime is like 0 to none. Quiet country town. This morning, I swear to goodness, there's these big ass helicopters, and they woke me up. First, I heard one. I thought it was thunder, so I jumped up. I'm like, it's raining. Then I could hear it. Then 15 minutes later, another one. And they real low, and they got these like cannon-looking guns sticking straight out of them. And 15 minutes later, here come another one. They get hit right behind it. So I got all these. I ain't never seen these type. They're all black, and they had like these guns sticking straight out of the front of them. So I don't know what was going on down here in this state, but now that you said that, this is what I went through just morning, and it was going on for maybe like 3 hours. It woke me up around 7 in the morning. I swear to this shit been going on all morning. I'm like, what? Why the fuck is all these helicopters? And what kind of helicopter is that? Got a big ass gun sitting, like coming from it. Let me just stop talking right now.
See, let's get into
this happened just morning, coming through Georgia this morning. It was like 15 helicopters. They all black. I mean, they looked like toys. You know how they make a G.I. Joe? Remember the G.I. Joe toys? That's what it looked like. But they were all black with big guns coming from the bottom of them, like big scopes. Like, I'm like, they about to shoot some shit up. And I started getting scared. I turned on the news. Ain't shit going on the news. Ain't nothing going on in the news.
Ain't nothing going on.
Nothing. I swear to goodness. While we talking about your little, not your little, but your comment for today and your story for today and watching you, but I'm still watching the news too, because I'm trying to figure out what the hell happened this morning.
Man,
and that's crazy that you said that, because that's what happened to me this morning. That happened to you last night, wherever you at, and that happened to me today, this morning, early this morning, where I'm from.
That shit weird as hell. Let's get into it.
You shouldn't even said that. Now, oh my God, that's gonna be on my brain all day. Now I'm really Gonna be
You
on the
gotta
news
be
watching
watching.
shit.
Yep, you gotta watch. Well, let me get into this content. Yeah.
What he's being known for with Cassie, I can only equate to some of the things that I've seen him and Kim go through.
Years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See?
I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get it early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
Yo, what the did Puff just say?
Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
There's no way this kid should be getting, this man should be getting an icon award when all he has done was destroy the people around him.
Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories. For this one, we do something that we've never done before. We take a deep dive into one of America's most controversial figures. He's loved by some, hated by others, but everyone knows that he's a boss that you never want to piss off. As talented of a genius as he is, he's also known to be equally as angry, manipulative, and flat out evil. So in this video, we gather information and opinions to create an unbiased and hopefully accurate depiction of the man himself. This is Surviving Diddy, so let's dive in. The story begins in 1970s Harlem, a very rough place at the time. Poverty and violence ruled the community, and people did what they had to do to survive. One of these people was Melvin Combs, a man who climbed the ranks as a dealer in Harlem. But Melvin lived a double life, one where he risked his life and freedom in the streets, and another where he provided for his wife and 2 children. But by all accounts, Melvin and his wife did a great job sheltering their kids from the chaotic streets. Sadly though, in the mid-1970s, Melvin would lose his life to a deal gone wrong. On paper, Melvin was just another statistic, one of the thousands in New York City. But to his son named Sean, he was his everything. Sean was in elementary school when his father passed away, and his mother always told him that it was a car crash. Her idea was to shelter him from all things bad, and she even moved him into the suburbs. So in the 6th grade, the family moved to the city of Mount Vernon, and Sean attended a private Montessori school. In many cases, going from inner city to a private school can be a struggle, but not for a young Sean Combs. He was highly intelligent and charismatic, an instant leader amongst boys. So Sean spent the rest of his adolescence in Mount Vernon, thriving amongst his wealthier classmates. After high school, his good grades led him to the prestigious Howard University. There, he became an absolute star in all facets. He joined a fraternity and was known for throwing the best parties in DC. On top of this, he started a cab service that would safely take home drunk students after parties. He was already a natural businessman, and everyone knew that he was destined for success. All he had to do was wait patiently for his first major opportunity. For him, this would come rather early. In fact, it was in 1989 after his freshman year. While home in Mount Vernon, he linked up with a good childhood friend named Dwight Myers, also known as Heavy D. Growing up, Heavy D was like a big brother to Sean, a mentor in many ways. Well, Heavy was a talented rapper, and by 1989, he signed a major deal with Uptown Records. So over the summer, he introduced his friend Sean to the owner of Uptown Records, a respected mogul by the name of Andre Harrell. Right off the bat, Andre took a special liking to a young Sean Combs, like an oddly special liking.
Andre Harrell is the person that groomed Diddy into that zesty shit.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah.
Andre. Okay.
This is Andre Harrell was introduced to some zesty shit by a white man over him. And it went down from that white man to Andre Harrell to Diddy, from Diddy to Usher to Justin Bieber to Lil' Kim to like nigga. I mean, it goes on and on, on and on and on and on and on and on and it's going on and on.
Wow.
I guess he saw major potential in him because he decided to give him a major opportunity right away. So in the summer of 1989, Sean was hired as an intern at Uptown Records. Over the summer, Sean spent countless hours in the studio and in meetings with major artists from around the country. It was truly a dream come true for a freshman in college, something that's pretty much unheard of. Well, the fall comes around and Sean has to return to campus in DC. Andre didn't want him to go and tried to convince him to drop out and stay with the label, but Sean's mother was not having it. So together they came to a compromise. Twice a week, Sean would take the train from DC to New York to be at the Uptown office. This was 4 hours each way, meaning that Sean spent a total of 16 hours a week just to remain an intern at Uptown. This really didn't make any sense. What could he bring to the table that required him to do all of this hassle? Well, you might find out in just a second, so hold on. This crazy lifestyle continued for a few months until Andre Harrell put his foot down. He offered him a full-time job at the label if he would drop out of Howard and return back to New York. Sean accepted it and it worked out extremely well. This is because at just 20 years old, Sean was promoted to the vice president of the label. Whoa, now we're all thinking the same thing, aren't we? Why in the world would Andre Harrell promote a 20-year-old to the vice president of his label? The music industry is one of the hardest to crack, and for most it takes decades to get this position. So how did Sean Combs really get this job so young? And that leads us to a little bit of deep diving history. Back in the day, Andre Harrell had a very similar story to Sean Combs. He was another college student in the Bronx hoping to one day work in the music industry. And while in college, he was discovered by a legendary music mogul by the name of Clive Davis. For those who don't know, Clive is famous for founding Arista Records and for being one of the first moguls to come out of the closet. While Clive took a special liking to Andre and took him under his wing in the music industry.
That white man, like I said, which is Clive Davis, was sticking his, you know what I mean, up Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell got P. Diddy to start doing zesty shit. So this is where that shit started from. This white man to this exec. Come on, man. This is crazy, but that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this black man got on, by doing zesty shit with this white man.
And that clip might have been about this whole concept right here. The clip from all that. Look at that turnaround.
This shit crazy.
Long story short, in 1985, Andre was given funding to start his own music label, one called Uptown Records. So just like Puff, Andre went out and discovered underground rappers, one of which being Heavy D. So again, this begs the same question. How did Andre get this position at such a young age? Well, according to Sean's former assistant, it's all a power dynamic with Clive Davis at the top. The insinuation is that the boss takes advantage of a young intern and will pay them back later on.
He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And his mentor was
Andre Harrell.
Tell us how
who
was
was mentored by Clive Davis.
Don't tell me that Andre Harrell got by Clive Davis too. Don't tell me that Andre Harrell got by Clive Davis too.
You see what I'm saying? This nigga
Yeah.
Clive would start, you know what I mean? He felt Andre Harrell.
Mm.
And now he's starting to show like this is where it really starts from. All the nasty shit. This where it is rooted from. Andre Harrell and Clive Davis. These are two.
I always thought it was straight. It was Diddy, Clyde Davis to Diddy. I didn't know. See, I didn't know about this part right here. See,
Andre
you
Harrell.
learn things every day. Okay.
Andre
Yeah,
Harrell.
I thought that Clyde Davis was Diddy's mentor. That's what I thought.
Andre Harrell was. Clive Davis is the nigga who put the money behind. I'm saying Andre Harrell, and they built that little zesty little honeycomb, if you will. Like they built that. They like, damn man, Clive Davis, all right, that's the nigga with the money. But yeah, Andre Harrell, he got him because he could be able to lure the black people in. You see what I'm saying? This is where it stems from. Clive Davis getting bussy from Andre Harrell.
Regardless of the truth, stories like these have always been rumored in entertainment. Essentially, you get taken advantage of by those in power, and that's how you make it in your industry. Then the idea is that over time, the former victims become the perpetrators. Now, of course, these are all just rumors, but Jaguar does get more specific. When Sean was hired at Up,
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch.
Uptown, Andre Harrell had a personal assistant named Kim Porter, and the rumor states that she caught Sean doing special favors for Andre.
But then again, you know, you had it in for Andre because Andre used to make you, and Kim Porter had footage of it.
I say you. I say you. Kim Porter had footage of, hey, look, and then because you know, motherfuckers like them had cameras in their house back then. She had footage of cameras in the studio and in the house of Andre Harrell getting bussy and Puffy getting bussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, fellatio, things of that nature. And y'all niggas supposed to be crazy. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't know the extent. She been there from the gate. So you know she know too much. She been there from the gate. And they thinking, well, shit, we the bag, we the money, we the motion. So they ain't about to say nothing because they gonna lose their position, they gonna lose their money, they gonna lose their, you know what I mean? So yeah. So now y'all see what's going on with Clive Davis, Andre Harrell to Puff Daddy.
Okay.
And Kim Porter had footage of it.
The rumors have never proven to be true, but they will be important later on. Well, make of all that what you want, but the fact is that Sean's career took off from here. After becoming the vice president of Uptown, Sean truly put his head down and grinded for success. He scouted the local underground scene in order to find his first diamond in the rough. This is how he discovered his first artist in 1991, an MC out of Long Island by the name of Craig Mack. Craig was an instant success, but Sean wasn't satisfied with just him. While scrolling through the Source magazine, Sean was intrigued by a rapper in the unsigned hype section. This would be a young rapper out of Brooklyn by the name of Notorious Big. So in March of 1992, Sean got in contact with Big and brought him to the studio. He was blown away by his talent and instantly signed him to Uptown Records. Boom, this was his next Uptown protege. Now I know what you're thinking, but Biggie was a certified street dude and he was not going for that. It was strictly a business relationship, and here is where things get interesting. It's the fall of 1992, and Biggie completes his first album to be released. The debut album is called Ready to Die, and both him and Sean feel very strongly about the project. But there's a major problem in the way. Uptown's parent company refuses to release the album. They expressed that the album was not to their liking and contained too many explicit lyrics. As you would expect, Sean was upset and so was Biggie. Sean did not respond well to the decision, and because of this, he was fired from Uptown Records in late 1992. This was devastating, but Andre Harrell had his back no matter what.
Final straw for me was when MCA wanted me to not put out the Biggie Smalls album because they didn't like the subject matter, and they wanted me to tell him he's got to change his tone. And it wasn't up to me, I felt, to tell a generation what they could and could not do artistically. So I knew it wasn't going to work because he was coming from a new space and a new era. And Biggie Smalls was more like in the streets and telling street stories. And he told them, well, I'm really letting you go so you could get rich. I'm really letting you go so you could get rich.
But was this really the case, or was something else at play? Puff had just gotten fired from his dream job at the age of 23. Most people would be devastated, but Sean fell right back on his feet. Just a month after being fired, Sean started his own label called Bad Boy Records. Obviously, the 23-year-old didn't have the pockets to fund it himself, so it was initially a partnership with Arista Records. Wait, let's get this straight. So Sean was fired by Uptown and then given his own label by Uptown's bosses. How does that make sense? Well, it's possible that Jaguar Wright was correct.
He stepped around Andre Harrell and gave you the keys to the kingdom. Andre was in line.
So again, here's the idea. Andre Harrell had to do special favors for Clive Davis in order to be hired and then get his own label. And once Andre established his label, he repeated the same cycle on Sean Combs. But for former Uptown singer and assistant Jaguar Wright, she believes that Clive Davis was in on it as well. I guess her idea is that Sean did things for Andre in order to be hired, and then he did things for Clive in order to climb the ranks. And being that Clive is above both of them, he had the authority to give Sean his own label.
Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company to your intern? Like, Puff started out as an intern.
And that's because you know Clive Davis, and we all know he has lots of secrets. Clearly, he trusts you. He stepped around Andre Harrell and gave you the keys to the kingdom. Andre was in line.
If the rumored power dynamic is true, then Clive Davis did replace Andre Harrell with Sean Combs, meaning that now, instead of Andre, it was Sean doing special favors for Clive. And as a reward, Clive made Andre drop him from Uptown and gave him his own label. Of course, though, this is all silly speculation. But what's not speculation is that Uptown's artists were released from their contracts and were able to sign with Bad Boy Records. This way, Sean now had full control over Biggie and Craig Mack. Well, after starting Bad Boy, Sean started going by the alias Puff Daddy. This is a name given to him by his mom because when he was a kid, he used to huff and puff whenever he was mad. So now we enter the era of Puff Daddy and Bad Boy Records. Puff's Bad Boy released their first album in July of 1994, which was Craig Mack's Flavor in Your Ear. The album took off to immediate success, and this is how Bad Boy entered the industry. Then just 2 months later, Biggie's debut album Ready to Die released as well. Both albums did well, and Puff was eager to keep it going. So just 2 weeks after Biggie's album, Bad Boy released Craig Mack's second album, Funk the World. Puffy couldn't miss, and he was eager to recruit more and more new artists. He was becoming so respected in the industry that other moguls were coming to him for advice. And that takes us down to Atlanta, Georgia. In 1992, music mogul L.A. Reid discovered a 12-year-old singer named Usher Raymond. While watching him perform at a local talent show, he saw some Michael Jackson in him. He was so impressed that he signed him to his label LaFace Records at just 13 years old. Interestingly enough, LaFace Records was under the Arista umbrella. Just keep that in mind. Well, the story goes that in order to prep Usher for his music career, he was sent to go live with none other than Puff Daddy. So at 14 years old, Usher was sent to live with Puffy full-time, something known as Puffy's Flavor Camp. I guess the idea was for Puffy to mentor him and send him down the right path. But according to Usher, there was a lot more going on than just that.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you
New
over
York
to
City.
something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some...
Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. It was,
So nobody
it was crazy.
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
He lying because he contracted herpes.
God, why did you say
He lying because he contracted herpes.
I'm
And
sorry, God damn, you just were so blunt with that one. I wasn't.
He had sex. Truth, hit the link. Truth. He had sex with R. Kelly. He had sex with R. Kelly. R. Kelly was given herpes from a boy.
Oh shit! Oh,
He was given herpes from a boy for fucking with a boy.
and that's the whole thing. His whole, all of the lies, all of the things that he said that wasn't true, like was thrown out the window when his herpes situation came out. Then everybody who was connected to those herpes started talking, and then things started shaking, like it was going down the line. So I'm laughing because you said exactly what I was thinking, but you said it out loud.
He lying though, like he lying because you got to think you're older now. You let this nigga Diddy circle around you, walk around you, look you up and down, and say, "Damn, you a fly motherfucker." Bruh, stop playing. Don't try to act all straight in the interview. Nah, I wouldn't have my kids go. Nah, I wouldn't go. Nah, I wouldn't do this.
But at the same time, from the stuff that he went through and he saw and things like that, and just like he just asked him a question as a parent: would you allow your children to go? And he said no. That's not Usher's parent. That's not Usher's mom or dad who gave permission for him to go. He's saying
it's too late for that. Like, it's too late for that.
Man, it's too late because he like it. He like it. If he like it, I love it. I believe he was enjoying it. I think I don't see him coming. I don't see him coming against. But the stuff that he was doing, he was enjoying it. He's in videos. He's in a lot of things, enjoying these situations, not the way like just posing his pictures as with Cassie. He's really in the videos, hugging on him and chewing gum and laughing and smiling and having a good ass time. If it was something that was forced, it was over. It was over at that point because now you're liking it, you loving it, and you entangled in that entanglement. So
he lied, man. DJ Q, what you think of this zesty ass shit?
Man, listen, we all been knew that man was the zesty Ponderia king, you know what I'm saying? But
Nah, I'm gonna ask you the question I asked them. When you was listening to Diddy, let's take it all the way back to what's a good Biggie song niggas used to listen to? Let's take it back to Juicy
Biggie
Fruit.
or Diddy?
No, let's take it back to Juicy Fruit. When Juicy Fruit came out, did you have any like idea that Diddy was zesty around that time? Like,
man, you gotta think
Juicy Fruit, because we was young back then. So
true indeed.
I didn't. I didn't. I really didn't. At that point, what you asking him, I didn't. I love that song. That was my shit. That was the shit. They used to play that shit in the clubs. Everybody loved that shit.
Listen though, like I was always suspect because Biggie had some words in his verses and shit that was kind of, you know what I mean, suspect. Like, uh, she looked so good, I'll suck a daddy dick. I was like, what the fuck was he talking about back then? Like, you know what I'm
But
saying?
before that, when did you? Before he said that zesty ass shit, we know we know that is fact. He did say that. When did you pick up on the zesty shit? Like before that, did you pick up on any before that?
Nah, because I wasn't really fanned out of them. So I mean, to be honest, I was on some Pac shit. You know what I mean? You know how we was back in the day. I was listening to
Oh,
Pac more
mamas.
than I listened to them guys.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
mamas. Oh, mamas.
On
That's
the
how I
hood.
was, bro. Like and I think that's what kind of had me thrown because I listened to Pac and really didn't care for
Exactly.
the Biggie and the Diddy, and because back then they tried to say the East Coast West Coast war, and I'm like, well, if it's an East Coast West Coast war, why you niggas? Where was the Crips? Where was the Crips and Bloods and all this shit at when it was an East Coast West Coast war in the East Coast? You see what I'm saying? Like that don't even make sense. How y'all gonna have an East Coast West Coast war if they like, oh man, I don't think it was Crips and Bloods back then, but I'm like, I think it was. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck is gonna be an East Coast West Coast war when y'all got West Coast shit in y'all city?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't really pick up on the zesty shit till maybe I want to say like Drink Champs, bro. To be honest,
I'm gonna put it before then though, Ron. Like I'm gonna say when I first found out the man that you got sitting right there on the couch live with that man, you know what I'm saying? And he said something about
yeah. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, see, after was it My Way, baby girl?
Man, I thought Jermaine Dupri groomed this nigga.
Well, he gave him to Diddy.
Boy, stop playing with me, nigga.
Swear to God.
What?
Yeah. He didn't because he said he couldn't do nothing. He couldn't figure it out. Like he couldn't figure him out. But let's put it all together, man. It's the parents as well. We can't knock out the parents, Ron.
Nah, the parents too. I think she was just breathing on that a little bit. Like it was the parents, like wanting to, you know what I'm saying, pimp out their kid to a motherfucker. Look what happened with R. Kelly and shit. They told me, oh man, we thought our daughter was just going to sing, and bitch, you sent that your daughter to fuck.
Right.
Stop playing.
But
I believe they are in tune on what's going on. Like they are in tune, especially.
Do you think the parents trying to live their life through the child? You know what I mean? Like
I think that might be the case in in most cases as well. Like I believe that too. And if the parents will sacrifice anything for them and they don't make it, and they got a child who has the potential to make it, if they will sacrifice anything for themselves, why won't they sacrifice their child? Is nothing to them because this is what this is their desire. This is their dream. If they can't live it, I'm gonna let my child live it.
Right.
They thinking of a quick come up.
There you go. So and these children they have no clue on the demise that they don't, the path that they, their parents don't sent them on. So now some may stay, like, enjoy it, be entangled in a situation. Then some might be like the ones that's in mental institutions now, the ones that's dead now, the ones that's went against the grain and no one's listening to them. Their career shot, their reputation is shot. Just look at the whole, string of reactions. Like, to every action is a reaction. And
I mean, to be honest, like you brought up Kales, y'all brought up Kales. You look at what her look at what the family did of Aaliyah. They gave him, you know what I mean? Aaliyah, like, you know what I'm saying, at 13, 14 years old. So we can't go past that. It's like all that shit was already in place. They knew what they was doing. It's the parents.
Once that nigga stopped sending them money, now they want to, like, man, we need our daughter back. Man, you got us fucked up.
Yeah.
Once we ain't getting no money, We ain't, bro. Give us our daughter back. No, because at the end of the day, it's really under the parent. That's how Lil Bow Wow was able to do whatever he was doing because of the consent of his mother. You see what I'm saying?
But see,
Just look how all the parents are living. All the parents
Right.
that the children are that made it. Just look how the parents are living. They don't
But
have to
see,
want
though,
for nothing.
listen, with the Bow Wow situation, see, a lot of people didn't know that his mother sent him to California to live with Suge.
Yeah, he was really up under Snoop and them at first.
Yeah,
Before he went to,
yeah.
he
From,
was under Snoop
from
and them.
Columbus, Ohio, and he flew out and started living with Suge, and he was up under that death row thing. You know what I mean? But
They got some money off that shit,
and
he
then they
was
couldn't do nothing
that
with him,
nigga.
so they sent him to Jermaine.
Yeah, Jermaine. Yeah, because Jermaine Dupri already had.
I mean, like what they do? They just pass kids off, just pass them
Man,
off
listen,
to.
it's like
God damn! They get okay.
It's
All
like a
right,
selling
that's-
thing. It's like a selling thing. You know how back in the day, how the slaves used to get sold, they give it off to. You know, it's crazy. This shit crazy.
It ain't like back in the
just like
day.
it's like selling
This going on
dogs.
right now. They've been sold
It's like
off
selling
as
dogs.
slaves.
Like, look, I bought a Frenchie. I spent like 8 bands on a Frenchie, right? But then I found out he ain't had no studs. So it's like now he's just merely a pet. So I'm about to put him off on somebody else. Shit, bro, you want to buy this dog for 6? You don't got no studs. Shit, all right, it's cool. Shit, 6 cool. Yeah, woo, come on. Put him off on somebody else. Same thing with them niggas. Oh, man, I can't do nothing with this nigga. I don't know if I can make him into a gangster rapper or woo out the wham. So shit, let me dump him off on you then and see if you get some money off of him. Because that's the type of artist Drake is. Like, Lil Bow Wow didn't write his shit. He was giving rhymes. Same as Drake. He didn't write his shit in the beginning, bro. He was giving rhymes. Even then, he was still giving rhymes once he was on.
Right.
And stealing them like a motherfucker too. That nigga was, ooh, they got a thing on there where that nigga stole. Nigga, they had better 30, 40-minute video on how much shit he stole.
Damn.
Like, God.
That shit crazy, ain't it? She laughing like a motherfucker.
He's a 69
Oh,
guy.
I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm just laughing at how Matt the way he narrates shit is it's kind of funny. No disrespect.
That nigga said he a 69 guy, freaky ass nigga. You a 69 guy, nigga. You know a nigga when a nigga call him a freaky, you a freaky nigga. That's just hella funny though. Nigga be like, shut your freaky ass up, nigga. You over there doing all that. That nigga P Diddy a freaky nigga. He one of them freaky niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, but like I said, with Dean Gill, whatever the fuck the nigga name is, I'm high right now. That nigga. He trying to lessen his involvement, bro. I think he did more than what he's saying because you know all this shit, bro. But you like, yeah, man, he was getting the butt plugs. He was doing this. They was in there, and they in there. Like, bro. So you wasn't.
I remember that one.
Watching the door, or what was you doing, bro? Like, you wasn't just sitting there hella nonchalant and just like, all right, whatever. If you a heterosexual man, bro, that shit will bother you, bro. Bro, what the fuck,
not
bro?
if it's your job. If it's your job and you getting paid to just mind your business and show for people around, like what the fuck? These are grown ass men you talking about, bro. These are grown ass men. These grown ass men are going into these rooms and doing shit like that.
Hold on though. Like Gene Deal said some shit like he said what's his name? Ja Rule and Diddy was in the room together. And boy, cousin knocked on the door and Gene Deal like, nah, y'all can't go in there right now. And the nigga came out naked. Like, what the fuck? Like 2 niggas in the room. What the fuck you doing in there naked, bro? What the fuck going on?
Bro, I couldn't even be a security guard, bro. It's just too much, bro, to be like.
Man, listen, bro. Listen, if you sign up for private security, you have to, no matter what the security situation is, they'll let you know before you take the job. He already knew what he was doing. He didn't get his puffy. He getting money. That's what it is. Boom, boom, boom. But then, come on, man. You can't blame everybody.
We're gonna need you to be a security guard for Diddy.
Gene Deal ain't do nothing. All Gene Deal did, all he doing is telling. He giving everybody what everybody want to know. That's what he doing.
Give him that. First, we gotta let you know before we hire you. The nigga is zesty. He do zesty shit. So you might gotta have to watch a door while you getting fucked or fuck him. Two, you might have to go grab lube for him. You might have to go grab dildos for him. Ignore that shit. Ignore it.
Right. You see? Right, bro. Okay, listen to me.
3, if you see him choking his mama out or Cassie or any of it, don't trip. Don't panic. Don't intervene. Just let him do him. Like, nah, they didn't tell that fool all this shit before he got hired. I'm like, no. They did. That was not, I didn't see it. Like, man, that was in the fine print. Well, nigga, I didn't see that.
So that was a real life contract, huh?
That. Yeah, I did not see that. Like, who in their right mind gonna be like, all right, after they get paid, like, shit, I ain't tripping. That nigga doing the gay shit. Nigga, I'm just watching the dope. Nigga, hell no, nigga.
Right.
No ass. You involved.
Nah,
you think
nigga, nah.
Your big ass got called in the room.
All right.
Your big ass got called in there, nigga. It's like, hey, who the bodyguard? Who he fuck with? The bodyguard. Nah, tell him come in here too. Tell him come in. Oh, mama. He ain't
Not doing this shit
with you. Making it seem like he was just observant to what's going on. Nah, nigga, you was a part of that shit too.
Okay, so why nobody come against him? Ain't nobody do shit to this nigga. They ain't trying to defame him. They ain't do shit to this nigga. He just talking and they let him talk. He didn't do nothing. They ain't got nothing on him for him to do.
Jaguar, right, man?
Come on, bro.
Man, her ass.
What you talking about?
She looked like what's her name on Set It Off? I need that money. She looked that bitch. She looked that bitch on Set It Off. I need that money.
Why? Why?
Like,
Why?
I know wasn't nobody trying to hump on her. G.O.D. Wasn't nobody trying to hump on no Jaguar, right? On the mind. Like, that's why she telling. They did her how they did her. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, just to have a little story or whatever. Hey, you know, the Heavy D gone. This nigga gone. They gone. It's like, man, it's the theatrics for me. Like, that's hella theatrical. Like, I think didn't nobody want to deal with her or hump on her. You know what I'm saying? So now she out here telling on Diddy and doing her other shit. Like, nigga, on the real. Because if that's their business and that's what they doing, then it's nothing to tell, even if you be like, man, I do know that nigga was doing sexy shit, but it's like, what is you gonna get out of telling about another man's business? Nothing. You ain't about to get nothing out of telling this man, like, man, you know I seen Diddy do this and that. Bruh, nigga with money, bruh, look at what happened with 6ix9ine. Man, that nigga a snitch. He a rat. He a this, he a that. Man, nigga got out still getting millions. Oh, man, Gunna, he a rat. He a this, he a that. This nigga Gunna still out getting millions. So it'd be like, brother, try to tell on a nigga or front on a nigga like that with some chicken. All they gonna do is blow that shit off, get some more dough. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look into this shit.
What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like, you know,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See?
Many people out there believe that Usher was Puffy's first victim of the power ritual. There's no proof to show that, but these clips may convince you that something strange was going on.
I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid.
So what do you guys think? Is Usher a part of surviving Diddy, or is this just a silly assumption? Well, now we move on to the next chapter. Regardless of all the nonsense, Puff was truly a genius at discovering and developing artists, and in the process he was gaining immense wealth and power in the industry. As you would expect, the success got to his head pretty quickly. By many accounts, Puff grew an obsession with having complete control. He wanted control over everyone around him, even for the silliest things. So here is the first example. The year is 1995 and Craig Mack is eager to continue his success. So he puts together his third studio album, one by the name of Operation Get Down. The story goes that he brings the album to Puff to get it released, but things don't go as planned. Puff allegedly tells Craig Mack that if he wants the album released, he has to fire his manager and then hire a bad boy manager. But Craig's manager is one of his closest friends and has been rocking with him since day one. Because of this, Craig is loyal to him and tells Puffy no. Even though it's a silly request, Puffy is pissed because he doesn't have control over the situation.
Puff told Craig Mack if he didn't change management, he wasn't with him no more. Craig wasn't getting rid of his management. Craig said, yo, listen here, man, I'm not changing my manager just because you want to. Puff said, yo, I ain't that kid no more. Not at all. I was right there when he said that. Told Craig Mack, you don't change your management, I ain't fucking with you.
Craig stands on his principles and refuses to fire his manager, so Puffy decides to be petty. He completely stops paying him and refuses to release his music. This made things awkward at Bad Boy, as Craig no longer had the power to control his career or his narrative. In this 1995 interview, you can see the awkwardness on full display. Like, Craig Mack could not believe that Diddy would really lie on camera like that.
I'm sure you got much things in store for my man. Yeah, definitely. We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January.
You can see the display.
Bro, I'll slap your ass, bro. Why you pump faking like, bro, you gonna lie on national television? Man, we got an album coming out in January. Man, you lying ass nigga.
Killed that man's career, bro.
Killed that man's career, bro. This nigga need his motherfucking karma, bro. It may happen the next day, or the day after, the month or the week after, the year after. But goddamn it, hell, that nigga karma coming down, nigga, and this coming, it coming. Yeah. That nigga karma coming. I know, nigga, that nigga, Craig Mack, nigga, Black Rob, nigga, them niggas in their graves, Harlem shaking, nigga. Oh my mama, nigga, them niggas in their grave, Harlem shaking. Oh mama. The motherfuckers in that motherfucker Harlem shaking. Oh mama's dog. Happy as hell. Like, nigga, blood finally getting his, huh, God? I did not tell y'all. Didn't I tell y'all I got y'all? They karma Diddy. On the real, that bitch came hard. Do that nigga Craig Mack like that, man. Fuck wrong with this nigga, man.
Disbelief in Craig Mack's face, like, no way he's saying this. From here, frustrations grew further between Bad Boy and Craig as Craig felt betrayed by his boss. I was your first artist. I was the one who took the risk and signed to your label. And more importantly, I've made you a whole lot of money. And now you're willing to throw away my career over a silly manager. What is going on? But not only did Puff want his career to dwindle, it's also rumored that he wanted him killed. Craig knew what Puff was capable of, so everywhere he went, he rolled around with a blicky, something very risky in New York City. He even contemplated getting rid of Puff in order to save his own life.
I had a gun in my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to God. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to do this. But if it comes to getting ugly where somebody's going to be trying to kill me, I'm going to have to do something first or do something to prevent that from happening.
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles.
In what world should an artist have to fear for his life because his own boss wants to harm him? Well, Craig says that Puff tried to set him up at the studio, but when he showed up with certified goons, he decided to back off. So thankfully, the situation didn't end terribly, but it was the start of a new era for Puffy. Not only had he become a control freak, but now he was bringing the threat of violence to the table. Slowly, the golden child of the industry was becoming the villain behind closed doors. And now we enter Diddy's violent era. While the Craig Mack drama was taking place internally, a whole nother beef was stewing in the industry. By the fall of 1994, Bad Boy had competition for rap's biggest label, and this would be California's Death Row Records. Particularly, Tupac had become the biggest star in rap and everyone wanted a feature. In this case, Uptown Records producer Ron G wanted Tupac to record a verse for Biggie Smalls. So Pac asked for $7,000 and Bad Boy agreed to pay for the verse. So Pac records the verse with Ron G and then is told to go to the Quad Studios in Manhattan to pick up the money. And that takes us to November 30th, 1994. Pac arrives in Manhattan and walks to the Quad Studios. As he's entering the building, he hears some Bad Boy associates yelling his name from the upstairs window. Pac is excited to meet with Bad Boy and he walks in the lobby to take the elevator upstairs. But as he approaches the elevators, two men in masks are waiting for him right there. Before he can run, the men whip out and reach for his pockets. Pac tries to fight them off, but that's when the men make a wild decision. While being carried out of the lobby, Pac flips off Notorious Big and other Bad Boy associates, assuming that they set him up. Thankfully though, Tupac would survive his injuries after a successful surgery. Speaking of injuries, if you or a loved one are ever injured, you deserve the absolute best on your side. That's because your injury could be worth millions. In that case, you can contact Morgan & Morgan, America's biggest injury law firm. Yup. With Morgan & Morgan on your side, you could get the money you deserve, and that's a fact. Insurance companies often lowball you to get you in and out of the door unless you win. So did you know that you can start your claim with America's biggest injury law firm with just one click? It's literally so easy. To start your claim, go to forthepeople.com/swamp stories, or just click the link in the description. Well, after the incident, Pac wholeheartedly believed that Bad Boy set him up to be killed. At the time though, he couldn't do anything about it as he had his hands tied with a legal case involving a woman. In fact, the day after his surgery, he appeared in court where he was sentenced to 8 months in Rikers Island. While incarcerated, the national story was that Bad Boy set him up to be robbed. On top of this, Pac did an interview while incarcerated where he said that Bad Boy did it overtly. He claimed that when he was on the way to the studios, Puff kept calling him to see where he was. He wanted to know when exactly he would get in, and that was Pac's main reasoning for thinking they set him up. Because of this, Puff was under major scrutiny, and he needed to clear it up.
So I said, what's up to him? I'm about to get on the elevator, and he comes out shot.
The Tupac article had me pissed off, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, he dissed my man, said my man turned his back on him, and I know for a fact that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? And like the rumors that's spreading is on some tip like we set him up, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy,
If there's any psychologists watching, please let me know why Puff's eyes are having a dance battle. Anyways, Puff was not done clearing the air.
Bruh, do you think that nigga set that nigga up, bruh? Because I think he do. I think he did.
Who, Big? I mean, Puff?
Yeah. Do you think that
The
nigga
show.
set that nigga up at Quad? Because
The
that's
show.
like, bro.
But it was
Yeah.
more than him. Yeah, it was more than him. You know what I'm saying? Haitian Jack
Like,
had something to do with it. Jimmy
Yeah.
had something to do with it. They all had something to do with it. Yeah, they was trying to
Haitian
get Buddy
Jack.
out the way.
Yep, Haitian Jack for Shelly had his hands in some shit.
Yeah, they was trying to get bruh out the way.
Like, nigga, what the fuck? And then what type of deal you doing, nigga, to where you like, hey, I'm gonna do the verse, but then I'm gonna go to the other studio to get the money. Nah, nigga, y'all should have had that money right then and there.
Big
The fuck?
facts. Big
Y'all
facts.
should have had that money right then and there. What the fuck I gotta record here for? Then go to another studio to get the money. Nigga, what type of shit is this?
Yeah. That's how you know it was a setup already. Like, I mean, Big probably didn't know nothing about it. I don't know. He might have did, but yeah, them niggas knew what was up though.
That nigga eyes was moving. Nigga, that nigga know he had something to do with that shit. Boy, that's why that
One
nigga
more
eyes.
thing though. One more
Yeah.
thing though. Why we haven't never seen no footage of Quad Studio?
Like, then y'all had cameras in that lobby.
Exactly.
Nigga ain't never seen no. That's just like Young Dolph. Nigga ain't never seen that motherfucking video from the inside.
Inside, right. That also
Still-
got me feeling like it could have been some police type shit. You know what I mean?
Man, come on, like, don't think the
No, they
police
was
don't-
already going at the family on that Black Panther shit. You know, shout out to all the Black Panthers.
Come on, you know, nigga, they sent there and send them people and them people, nigga, like that shit. Crap. Let's see what this lying ass nigga say, because now he got on glasses, so his eyes rolling in the back of his head.
Straight
In fact, he visited Tupac at Rikers Island to assure him that Bad Boy had nothing to do with it. But was this really the case? Because Puff's bodyguard claims that he let this happen to Pac.
The people who knew what was going to happen to Pac was in the studio. I mean, was in the part of the Quad studio with Jimmy Hitchman, and that was Andre Harrell and Puffy. So Puff knew. Andre Harrell knew.
If Gene Deal's perspective hasn't convinced you, then maybe what happens next will. In February of 1995, Biggie released a hit song called Who Shot Ya, which many people think is a Tupac diss. And one of these people was Pac himself, who felt betrayed and lied to by Puff. You told me one thing to my face, but your actions proved otherwise. To an alpha male like Pac, that was the ultimate disrespect. Well, after the record, all peace was off the table and Death Row cut ties with Bad Boy. That takes us to August 3rd, 1995. It's the annual Source Awards in New York City, and Death Row are nominated for Soundtrack of the Year. Of course, tensions are in the air because the show is in New York, and everyone is curious if anything will happen. Well, Death Row wins the award, and Suge takes the stage.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Death Row family on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac to keep his guards up. We ride with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
This was obviously a sneak diss at Puff, and the crowd was not feeling it. To make matters worse, Snoop Dogg takes the stage and doubles down.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. Well, let it be known then. We know y'all East Coast. We know we at East Coast and out.
This moment here officially kicked off the Bad Boy versus Death Row beef. This meant that Puff's gangster was now being put to the test for real. Being that they exist on opposite ends of the map, interactions would not be often, but being in the same industry, the sides were bound to cross paths. September 23rd, 1995. Here we are in beautiful, well, not at the time, but here we are in Atlanta, Georgia for Jermaine Dupri's birthday celebration at the Platinum House nightclub. Here, much of the rap industry will be in attendance by midnight. Early in the night, though, it's just the Bad Boy crew and associates hanging in the club before it opens. This would, of course, be Puffy, his bodyguard Wolf, Too Short, Dallas Austin, and plenty more. So they're all chilling in the club, and a couple of hours go by. And this is when they receive some unexpected visitors. At 10 p.m., the Death Row crew arrive at the Platinum House parking lot. First, a Death Row associate named Big Jake walks in the club to scope it out. He then looks around and sees Puff Daddy and Jermaine Dupri sitting at a table in the corner. He instantly walks back to the parking lot to tell Suge where they are. Then together, the massive duo walk into the club headed for Puffy. They walk straight up to the table, and that's when Suge Knight slaps Jermaine Dupri directly across the face. This is simply to get to Puffy, who's standing right behind him. Suge then grabs Puff by his arm and brings him in. He begins yelling at Puff, but that's when Wolf gets in between them. He tells Suge it's not going to go down like that. So it turns into a brawl, and they're all escorted out of the club. After all this, Suge and Puff actually hug it out and squash the beef. But then out of nowhere, shots go off across the street. So they all duck down and look over to see what's going on. All it is a man across the street shooting his gun into the air. But while everyone is distracted, a man walks right behind Big Jake.
We own the club, the Platinum House. I had been at Jermaine Dupri's party and I seen Jake, and he was looking for Puff and they was looking for Jermaine and them there. And I didn't see them at their own party. Jermaine Dupri, his security, Puff with Wolf. And Jake looks in and see these guys. Suge came back. Boom, 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 boom. He came right in and slapped the shit out of Jermaine Dupri. Bah! And Puff was standing right there and he snatched Puff with one hand. Suge had him with one hand and was shaking him. Then Wolf reached over and grabbed him. Shit ain't going down like this no more. Standing there, Suge's in front of with Puff. They walk into the limo. All of a sudden, somebody started shooting across the street. I can see this dude just busting. Pop, 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 pop. They call it the play for the overlay. They started shooting across the street to make everybody look. We looked. The dude came out of nowhere and just touched Jake. And Jake was about 400 pounds.
Big Jake was Suge's best friend and Death Row security wherever they went. So this loss was devastating to Death Row, but they had no idea.
If you've been in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead. That's
No idea who did it. But then a few days later, 3 witnesses reported that Puff's bodyguard Wolf was the assailant. Whoa, did Puff's bodyguard take out Suge Knight's best friend? Well, about a week later, Wolf was arrested for the incident. So does this mean that Puff ordered the hit of Suge Knight's best friend? Death Row definitely assumes so, but Wolf was able to beat his case about a year later. In the meantime, though, the beef was up. With Tupac shot and now Big J killed, Death Row was looking at Puffy like an absolute menace. And coincidentally, not too long after the loss of Big Jake, Tupac was released from Rikers Island. As soon as he got back to LA, he hopped in the studio and recorded Hit 'Em Up. One, if not the most disrespectful song in rap history. He dissed Biggie by saying that he smashed his girl and pretty much obliterated the whole Bad Boy camp. As you would expect, Puffy was pissed. But at this time, he felt invincible, so he decided to do the unthinkable. He decided to schedule a Bad Boy tour on the West Coast from Seattle down to San Diego. However, he knew that the tour was a risk, so he decided to tap in with his best connection in LA. This would be a man named Keefe D, who he met at a hydraulic shop in Compton. Essentially, in 1994, Puff asked Keefe if he could borrow one of his cars for a video, and they locked in from there.
He had called up our hydraulics place and asked to use a lowrider.
But Keefe wasn't just a car guy, he was also a high-ranking member of Compton's Southside Crips. So naturally, when Puff announced his tour, he hired Keefe and the Southside Crips to protect him.
He had a West Coast tour coming up. But Zipper came pick me up. We rolling up Greenleaf in our neighborhood, and his phone ring, boom, and it was Puff. And he like, you think it's cool to come out here and do concerts? I'm like, why it wouldn't be cool? Just let me know the dates and give me some tickets. We had a Crips there, but I see he was trying to play us against each other. Crips, Bloods, you know what I'm saying? Crip, Sugar, Blood, we the Crips.
So behind the scenes, Puff was potentially creating a beef between Compton Crips and LA Bloods.
I guess he played it smarter. Dude with the red, I get the blue.
Well, thankfully, nothing happened and the tour went smoothly. But later that year, they would run into each other at the Soul Train Awards and they would have a standoff backstage. Allegedly, Tupac and Suge pulled up on Puffy.
You hear the door go boom, and then you see Tupac with Suge and about 1,000 Bloods and Crips walking down the middle of the auditorium, just screaming because Big them had just went off. So just imagine Tupac coming, walking down the aisle, walking up the steps, and just walking into the back. It wouldn't have been too good if they got hold to him, because they couldn't have handled what they had with them at that time. Like, they were totally outnumbered.
Puff felt embarrassed and disrespected, and something needed to be done. So allegedly that next night, he took Keefe D out to dinner on the Sunset Strip. And there, according to Keefe, Puff offered him $1 million to get rid of Pac.
He and Puffy are at this place called Greenblatt's Deli on Sunset. And he tells Keefe D, man, I just need you to take care of this situation with Suge and Tupac.
Keefe, he's claiming that Puffy offered him $1 million to kill Suge or Tupac?
Both of them. Yeah, both their names came out.
$1 million in 1995 is equivalent to over $2 million today. And to a Compton Crip who's probably broke, this is life-changing money. If this is actually true, then Puff is a cold man, because there's no way in the world that any gang member would ever turn this down. And Puffy knew this. It was only a matter of time. September 7th, 1996. It's a big day in Las Vegas as Mike Tyson is set to fight at the MGM Grand. Of course, for the big fight, all of the celebrities are in town, including Tupac. Well, it's the afternoon and everyone is having fun before the event. Particularly, Tupac and Suge Knight are walking through the casino lobby. That's when they're approached by a man who's being disrespectful. This would be a young man named Orlando Anderson, the first cousin of Keefe D and fellow Southside Crip. Well, the story goes that he disrespects Pac and Pac socks him in front of everyone. Orlando is furious, so he goes and gives a statement to police.
Tupac punched me.
Then he meets up with Keefe D and tells him about what happened at the casino. So Keefe and Orlando sit in the hotel room thinking about what they can do. Then they get a call from a very important factor. This would be a New York plug and associate of Puffy by the name of Eric Von Zip. Zip allegedly calls them and says to meet in his rental car. Keefe and Orlando hop in and he hands them a Glock 40. They then hop out and Zip takes off. Keefe and Orlando then hop in their own car. 11 p.m. The Tyson fight empties out and Tupac hops in Suge's BMW 7 Series. Suge then pulls off and stops at a red light on Las Vegas Boulevard. Coincidentally, Orlando and Keefe happen to be reaching the same red light. They hear some girls yelling Tupac's name and approaching the BMW. That's when they pull alongside the car. From there, Orlando rolls his window down and the rest is history. The incident shocked the world and shifted all the attention away from the Mike Tyson victory. The world's biggest rapper was now in critical condition and not expected to survive. 5 days later, on September 13th, Tupac was pronounced dead at the hospital. Everyone wanted to know who did this, but no witnesses ever came forward. Well, here is where things get juicy. Damn, that was corny. Right after the news broke, Keefe D recalls getting a call from Puffy. He claims that Puff asked him, "Was that us?" and promised him the $1 million reward.
You said that Puffy called and said, "Was that us?"
Because Puffy called too, right?
Yeah, him and Biggie's wife. What's her name?
Faith.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. Them two calls and everything.
He just asked, "Was that us?"
Who said that?
Puff did.
Now it's time for Puff to pay up. He allegedly sends $1 million check to Zip and tells him to wire it to Keefe.
Zip had a check in his right back pocket, and that check was for $1 million.
Now, all that needs to happen is for Zip to deliver it to Keefe, and his life is changed forever. But did you guys think that that would actually happen?
So the FBI told you the Zip kept that money as
They
well.
said Zip's a dirty. Everybody cross you.
You guys never got any money
Never.
for anything.
Nothing. Not even a pair of Sean John drawers.
Man, what was Puff thinking? It's almost like he orchestrated this.
But he never gave the money to him.
But thank God he never gave him the money, right? Think about it. If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now, money for hire.
You know, Eric Von Zip keeping the money kind of shielded everyone from the situation in
So he's a savior.
type of way.
According to the FBI, because Zip didn't give the money to Keefe, Puffy dodged prison. But here's my question. Is Puff really responsible for what happened to Tupac? Yeah.
Bruh, this shit crazy, bruh. I gotta go to the studio. We gonna get back into this tomorrow morning. But and I'm gonna bring the documents, the actual documents from the court, so we can go through that as well tomorrow morning as well. Cause this shit is crazy. Like, nigga,
Yeah.
just off that, bro, like it's already 2-3 bodies already. Like,
Right.
this nigga Diddy is up. This nigga Diddy orchestrating hella shit, bro.
It's been going on. I believe it's been going on. I think it's going to be a lot that's going to be uncovered from here.
Man,
That's what I
if
believe.
That boy, that he died the big bully, boy. Because if they would have got that money and they knew about it too, oh yeah, boy, that nigga would have been gone, boy.
You
I
seen
think
that?
that's why they didn't go down for that.
Mm.
That's why he didn't go down for Tupac murder.
Right. Because Bond
So
Zip ran with the money.
so did they keep the money on purpose, or was they just not distributing it because of the fact that it might put him under the radar?
Nah,
Did this
Bond
nigga
Zip.
try to do some slime shit and keep the money for himself, and then because of that fucking slime shit situation?
What you gonna do? Go to the
Ooh,
police?
wow.
He got my $1 million because I killed somebody, and he got my $1 million. What you
Right.
gonna do?
Yeah, Bond Zip had took the money and then he died from cancer.
Ooh.
You know that nigga went out with a bang though.
Yeah, he definitely went out with a bang. Bought a club and all type of shit.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga went out with a bang. He ain't go out, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That shit crazy though, bro. Like, I'm glad you pulling this up because I was just about to get on something like this in a few weeks. But hey, this shit
Bruh,
crazy.
I got so many surviving Diddy episodes. I got like up to like 33 or some shit. Surviving Diddy's. Going through hella shit. Still going through hella shit. Like, just so when it's all said and done, as far as this gangland, nigga gonna be able to like, bruh, yeah, they were talking about that. They were talking about that too. They were talking about that. Yeah, like, because this shit is really complex. It ain't hella like simple how motherfuckers think. Like, this shit really complex on the manipulation that's really involved in this shit. Like, purely just the manipulation.
Right.
Like, nigga, dealing with a motherfucker like that, it's like, they're the type of motherfuckers that'll shoot a nigga and go to the police, tell them they shot him and still get off type shit.
Right. Plead insanity.
Dangerous motherfucker.
Shit
Like,
crazy.
come on, man. That shit. Hey, y'all tap into the clubhouse. We're gonna be in the clubhouse. I gotta go to the studio at 7. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow morning. I appreciate everybody that tapped in with us, everybody that we the replay gang. Shout out to DJ Q. Y'all don't fail to his channel. We have
Yes,
passion
sir.
in the building. Y'all know what it is, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, slap that notification bell every time we spin a block. Y'all gonna spit it with us, man. It's gangland. I appreciate y'all.
Salute.
100, 100, 100. We up out of here.
There's no me, been off the points like back when. Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.
Gangland. We around this motherfucker, man.
Bang, bitch, stand on that. To the head, I'll show a nigga's feelings. My 9th and Wood nigga, up the street from the village.
what it is. It's Gangland TV to sit there and live. Hit the like button. Don't be boosty. And subscribe to the channel. And hit the notification bell, man. That shit easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Subscribing, that's free as fuck. Hit the notification bell, that's free as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That shit's free.
Gang in the field, bitch, we be something like the Pac-10.